Hey folks, welcome to Digital Sparx Marketing, and this is Tripathi bringing you another episode of Digital Smart Series. So today I want to talk on a very important topic which is on every SEO's mind around the world, and that is the Google BERT update. Now what does BERT stand for? Let's get that out of the way. Now BERT is not someone's name as it sounds, but it's actually a bidirectional encoding representation from transformers. You get that? It's bidirectional encoding representations from transformers. Now that is a mouthful, and these are not the terms that usually SEOs are used to it, because SEOs are more used to it with terms like panda, penguin, and all the other animal kingdom update that came from Google over the past many years. But this is a very important update, and many SEOs usually when there is a update from Google, they panic when they look at the rankings and analytics and all those different things if something has happened. What we have seen so far with the Google BERT update is the rankings, the traffic haven't been impacted a lot. So before we go into the nitty-gritty, and at the end of the video I'm going to tell you what SEOs need to do as part of this BERT update, but let me give you a little historical context on where it is right now and where BERT came to be. You have to understand that Google started in the late 90s, and everyone knows the history, so I'm not going to go into it. But the mass adoption or the traction that Google as a search engine started getting was in early 2000s. And Google was built on a very simple algorithm, well, not so simple, but that was on links, which is on PageRank. What that means is, if two sites are linking to one site, and that site, which let's call it site A, is popular, and by that means site A, because site B and site C are linking to site A will get all the page rank or the link juice, and by that premise, the site A is going to rank higher because more sites are linking to it. So over time, SEOs started abusing that system, and basically in 2007, fast forward, we saw that a lot of social media platforms came into being: Twitter, Facebook, Yelp, and so many others. So Google had to build in some of the social signals as part of the search algorithm. After the social signals, which was the another update that Google did starting 2007, there were other updates, like for example the Google Panda update, the Google Penguin update, and then it went on and on. But all those updates were actually going in a direction was to reduce spam and actually increase the usability from a user point of view. So that way it is not based just on links, it's not just based on keywords, but many other factors. Now, in the past 3-4 years, we have seen there is a big focus in the industry, especially as technology has evolved, where we are seeing a lot of artificial intelligence or machine learning. And what that has done is it has helped Google build on top of the PageRank, which is the underlying algorithm, a natural language processing machine, which is an NLP. Now, what is a natural language processing? Well, natural language processing is, as a user, me and you can speak into a phone, can type in, and we can just type in our normal everyday language, and then Google, through the NLPs, nodes and all those other various technicalities, can figure out what actually you're searching for. You can see this actually in examples. So for example, in Gmail, NLPs have already been rolled out, where you're typing an email, it tells you what word it is, and it actually goes and it also fills out the subject line if you're not careful. And that natural language processing is very much now in the search engine. So in the search engine with NLP, what you see is the snippets or the answers. Those are the things that's been processed by Google's natural language processing. And in fact, even PAAs, or people also ask, these are all powered by Google's new NLP, which is the natural language processing machine built on top of machine learning platform. So that's the underlying thing. So SEOs need not panic. It's not gonna mess their rankings. It's not gonna really have a major impact on their analytics. But the things that SEO needs to do is SEOs need to create content not just for the search engines but for the users. What that means is gone are the days where you see all these cottage industry of content writers where people were emailing us and everyone else that we will write 5 blog posts for $250 or 10 blog posts for $400. So that kind of cottage industry is going to get wiped out. And what this means for SEO is work with your content writers, work with your subject matter experts to create content which is deep, which is topical, and very much focused. Think of a user, how much a user will gain after reading that article. So do not write articles for the search engine, which also means that long form content is going to benefit a lot more from this whole NLP and the BERT update that we are seeing. That means that as SEOs, work with your SMEs, create deep, broad kind of a topic content, and then you do your on-page optimization, distribute the content, and just basically go back to what it is content for, is to give great information to your users. And that's what actually good SEO is all about. The links are not going away. The link building is always going to be a critical part and a big part of SEO as long as Google is in its current state. So the links are not going away. The content that which is useful, which is beneficial in long form, is going to come away. The biggest beneficiary of all this BERT updates and the NLP is going to be the search snippets. And for SEOs and for websites who write this beautiful long form topical content, you will see that the search snippet or the traffic from search snippet is going to increase. The traffic from PAAs, which is the people also ask, that's going to increase as well. And of course the searches that's going to come from it. But again, to rank well in searches, you still need the links. So these are the main areas that people have to take care when it comes to BERT update. So yeah, that's all I have today in terms of Google's new BERT updates, and I thought I'll do a quick video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and join me next time on the Digital Smart series. Thank you.